Hey Rebecca, so I see that we are live together. We're here on Insta, and we're also here together on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well. So hey, we've got Amir, we've got Ivana, we've got lovely Safi, Gastric Mindset, we've got Kitty Cat. What a fabulous Instagram name. Thank you all for being here with us. Hey
lovely
Rebecca.
to see you, Ivana, and yeah, Safi too. Oh, and I can see Manisha is in the audience today. Lovely. This is feeling good. So can you hear me okay, Sarah?
I can hear you loud and clear, Rebecca. Yep, all good.
We are in day 4 of our supervision and coaching experience week. It has been super exciting this week to meet coaches from all around the world, to engage in reflective practice, to engage in focusing on what is supervision and differences between that and coaching and coach mentoring and all of the other things that evolve and surround the coaching industry. And then we also looked on Tuesday at reflection. Did we do reflection on Tuesday? Was that on Wednesday?
Presents on Tuesday, reflection on Wednesday. It's been a busy week.
It's been a busy week. So today we are talking about the key, which is listening, and how we can enhance our coaching relationship through the gift of listening. But I guess for people who don't know us, Sarah, and that are thinking, who are Sarah and Rebecca for the first time, it might be great to give them a little bit of a refresher.
Okie dokie. Thanks, Rebecca. So together we are the Coaching Catalysts. We are both ICF accredited coaches. We're coach trainers for leading organizations, and we are coach supervisors. We have a combined experience of 30 years in secondary education, which means that we're really passionate about education, about ongoing development, about professional standards, about really being the very best that we can be. So all of that experience that we have together in education, we have brought into our coaching practice, and particularly in our training roles and in our supervision roles. So wonderful to be here with you today. I'm based in St Albans, Rebecca's based in Kent. So for those of you who are international, that's kind of, I'm north of London, Rebecca's south of London. That's where we are. So great to be here with you. We've got a lovely comment here from Manisha. I was just asking her what her reflection has been so far this week. And Manisha's saying, every now and then you need your own reminder to revisit your own tools. And this week has enabled me to do just that. So Manisha, huge thank you for that feedback. You're absolutely right. You know, we all undergo training as coaches. We all know what to do. But what happens sometimes is, as we become more experienced and we get busier in our practices, it becomes really easy to let go of some of those basic principles that we learn in training about the importance of our presence, about the importance of reflection, and what we're going to talk about today, which is all about listening.
So we're going to be talking about how listening is the key to enhancing the coaching relationship. And it's really important for us to understand the importance of listening in the coaching relationship. And I'm going to actually take this moment, Sarah, to just remember my late father today, because it's his anniversary of his passing. And the reason why I'm linking this to this is because when we think about what listening actually means, he was someone who really understood like how to listen with empathy and understanding. And he was someone that I would go to to really, really talk to and just know that he was just present with me in that moment. And when we look at our coaching and our relationship with our clients, that's exactly how we need to be. As a coach, we need to be really present with them in that moment. And we explored presence on Tuesday. So if you didn't catch that, definitely go over to the Facebook community and catch the replay on that. And I think it's really important for us to know the power of that presence. And so when we look at the benefits of how we can like enhance our listening skills, we need to make sure that when we're present with our clients, we're picking up on that language. And that's where the active listening comes in as well. And as former teachers, it's something that we had to do in our career. So it's something that, you know, we've got a lot of experience in, you and I combined, of how we listen to our students, listen to our clients. Like it's the same premise in whatever sector you're in. But it's about making sure that we're listening and we're not rushing to the next thing. You know, in day-to-day life, Sarah, where you ask somebody a question and you don't expect the answer and you just keep on moving on. It's not like coaching. We ask them a question and we sit in that moment and allow them that time to think about it. So for you, what would you say is like the importance of listening, and maybe a tip or something that people can use?
Oh, well, firstly, thank you for that lovely reminder of your lovely dad, and what a great role model in terms of listening and listening with empathy. And when you were saying that, it was reminding me that when I first started my coach training, one of the sort of preparatory exercises that we had to do was we had to think about who is it in your life who's a really good listener. And it really made me reflect on the people who I have in my life who are really, really good listeners. And then to sort of deconstruct and think about what is it that those people do that means that when I'm speaking to them, I feel that they're present with me and I feel heard. And that really is my tip today, to maybe take this outside of the coaching context and just think about your life, think about your personal life, and think, wow, who are those people, or who is that person who really models effective listening, and what can I learn from them? Leonora is saying here on Facebook, as a coach, the active listening often stills my mind so that I can be more present in the area of listening for my client. Yes, beautiful. So when we're active, when we tune into that listening, it relates, doesn't it, to coaching presence, because it allows us to be more present in the moment. And then we start to notice, okay, what's being said, but then we can start to tune into what's not being said, to what's going on in terms of body language, in terms of facial expressions, and is there a dissonance between the words that are being said and the other cues, the other signals that we're receiving. So it's a really interesting and complex, important skill that we bring as coaches.
100%. I love that you just said what's not being said, and we can see that, can't we, when when we say listening as well. I don't know if this is a bit of an abstract concept, but we often associate listening with obviously the sense of hearing, right? But actually sometimes when we're focused on the process of listening and we kind of go into more of an abstract view of what that actually is, I know people assume that it's just purely audible, but we can also just listen to the environment and like what's going on around us as well. So when you say that, you know, you might notice like a non-verbal cue, when we're in that moment and we've got that stillness that Leonora is talking about, we can pick up on those. And I think when we pick up on those, that's when we can really go deeper with our clients. We can explore those further. So for me, I think the benefits of listening is really important if we are to continue building rapport with our clients. For me, that's really, really important in what I do. I want to love who I'm working with. I want to love who I'm supporting. And I find that the more that we listen, and I spoke about empathy, right? So the more that we kind of have empathy and understanding, then the deeper we can go to supporting them and having like real clear trust. When you're talking to somebody, you want to trust them. That's really important. And when you're being coached by somebody, you want to trust them. And you can only trust them, if you're saying, Sarah, is if you are being heard, if you're being listened to, if you feel that connection between you. So it's I was speaking to someone the other day, and it's very common, you know, when you start off in what we do, that you, and I was the same, you work with anyone and everyone, right? Because you're trying to get that experience and you're eager and you're excitable about what you do. And then you start to really narrow down, who is it that I really, truly want to work with? And some people love to work with everyone. But I can guarantee that if you really, truly listen to your clients and you explore your sessions, you will find that there are a particular group or people or a particular version of somebody in a stage of their life that you know that you connect with better. So it'll be really interesting for people to share what's going on for them in that regard, of who they love working with. What do they notice when they're in that place? Safi,
I agree with you.
Safi has said, sorry, Sarah, active listening is something I always assumed I was good at. But since training, I have realized it requires a lot to develop good listening skills.
Yeah, Safi, thank you for that. Absolutely. Again, it's about that learning process, isn't it? That we begin to realize what we don't know. We come into that space of conscious incompetence where we start to think, oh, okay, there's a lot more to learn here. And that's an exciting part of the learning journey. We've got Leonora over on Facebook saying, how much time in reality do we actually give ourselves completely in the area of listening? It's an amazing gift to give. Leonora, I absolutely agree with you. And I think if you can combine the listening, the deep listening, with the unconditional positive regard that as coaches we hold for our clients, that is absolutely the most precious gift that we can give. So lovely. Thank you for that. And Safi is also saying here over on Insta, learning to control that inner critic while listening and taking out my own ego has been helpful. Absolutely, Safi, because particularly when we're first starting, we're so conscious of how we're showing up as coach and thinking, am I getting this right? Was that question right? All of that stuff, all of that inner chatter is going on in our heads. That actually being able to hold that presence, super, super important. So thank you for that. And Manisha, you're saying it's so empowering for the coachee. Your acknowledgement as a coach through listening will open up more. Yes, exactly that, Manisha, because when we're holding that space, giving that unconditional positive regards, it's really empowering because our client feels that they're being listened to deeply and they're able to open up in a way perhaps that they don't open up to anybody else in their lives. It's a really, really special place that we hold in the coaching space.
So I think this is time for us to wrap up, because you can tell we're passionate about what we do, so we could be here all day, but I'm sure you don't want to. I'm sure you don't want that. But if you do want to get more involved in listening, today in the next 15 minutes, actually, we are starting a complimentary supervision experience, which is part of our supervision and coaching experience week. So if you are interested in joining that, if you're not already part of that community, if you go to the link in the Coaching Catalyst IG bio, which is where Sarah is going live today, or if you check out the link in the comments that I'm going to put over on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, you'll have a link there to register, and it's bit.ly/ICW in capitals -2023. And if you go to the link in the IG bio, you'll just click on it and it'll take you straight there. Register, check your junk and spam boxes, because we've had a few emails that have been trapped in there recently, and it will give you the Zoom link to join us in the next 15 minutes. Unfortunately, this session will not be recorded. So if you are not able to attend live, please still click on the link, join the group, and you still be able to engage in conversation and discussion around this topic. But if you can carve out the next hour of your time, then we'd love to have you.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Thank you for your wonderful insights into the gift of listening, and we really hope that you can come over and join us on Zoom. So thanks, everybody. Leonora, thank you again. You've popped that in the comments for us, bit.ly/ICW-2023 if you want to come over and join us. We start over on Zoom at 10 o'clock British summertime. Okay, thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you later.